Guys, where do I start from? A team during the summer transfer window that couldn't even afford a player. Even the one they managed to afford, they were unable to register this player on time. Yes, that is FC Barcelona. I can't imagine what I'm saying in FC Barcelona at the moment. Sincerely, it is just so much. It is so much. It is so much. All thanks to who? Hansi Flick. Yes, it is all thanks to one man, Hansi Flick and his team. They have been doing a very, very magnificent job. They have been doing a very, very magnificent job. Guys, FC Barcelona 4, Bayern Munich 1. Those were the scores of yesterday's Champions League. FC Barcelona 4, Bayern Munich 1. Coming into this game, it was but normal on paper, and for what we have seen in the recent years, that FC Bayern was the most favorite. Yes, going to this game, they were the most favorite. But that notwithstanding, with the mentality that Hansi Flick have instilled in these guys, we were confident that something is going to come out. But what I didn't see coming was to see this number of goals. Yes, I was not saying this number of goals, but I knew that somehow Hansi Flick would do everything possible to ensure that Barcelona secured this winning. And it just came at the right moment. Yes, this winning came at the right moment to boost the morals of these guys going to the El Clasico. It was a very, very tight game during the first half and some few minutes in the second half. It was a very, very tight game. Why? Because both managers have the same system. Yes, if you don't know, both managers have the same system. That is, they both play the high line. They all play the high line. They are always pressing at the opponent's half. So it was now a period for the technical know-how of both the coaches and the players, because they all have the similar system. In fact, they play same way. That is the high line. Company goes with the high line, and Hansi Flick equally is a master of the high line. So he enjoys playing his team. Even in his days in Bayern Munich, he always played that high line. So going into this game, it was something that we knew that it's gonna be very, very difficult to penetrate in those very tight areas, because we have seen FC Barcelona in recent years. FC Barcelona has been able to secure those high lines and to know how to give those passes in very tight areas. But with Hansi Flick FC Barcelona, they are always capable to adapt in every way that the opponent comes. Yes, they can be down for a few minutes, but they always have a way to find themselves out of every situation that they are into. So this night we saw FC Barcelona trashing and destroying every plan of Bayern Munich. Yes, they make sure it was not just a win by, let's say, an error goal or whatsoever. We saw that dominant. What I have been saying from day one, when I saw Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona, I saw that the spirit of dominance in the mentality that the guys have at the moment is that they are able to do it. Yes, they are able to do it. That is the mentality that Hansi Flick have put in much in these guys that we see on a daily basis. We see that winning mentality, that hunger to always go in for more. Yes, going into the game itself, let me talk a little bit in the game. We saw at the few minutes of the game, it was almost around the first minute of the game, Rafinha, who had a hat-trick, scored the first goal. Yes, with an assist from who? Marc Casado. That was when the show began. But Bayern Munich, responded quickly. That is a problem of the high line that I'm talking about. Because if you are not very, very careful, if you are not very, very vigilant with the type of attackers that Bayern Munich have, and in subsequent games that FC Barcelona is going to play, they must be very, very careful of the opponent in the high line. The defenders must always be alert. They must always be ready to make a run. They must always be very, very attentive. So after FC Barcelona scored, some few minutes back, Bayern responded positively. Barca was, I would say, lucky because it was an offside for Harry Kane, so the goal was cancelled. Yes, the goal was cancelled, but they still equalized one goal after the offside goal was called. Yes, they equally equalized, and it was the same Harry Kane. It was Harry Kane because FC Barcelona, the defenders didn't in those few minutes of the first half. They were not able to manage the highland very well. They were not able to manage the highland very well. I won't come here and say FC Barcelona dominated the whole game. No, it was really a very tight game, though FC Barcelona was somehow superior because of the technicality of the young guys that FC Barcelona have now. But it was such a tight game. It was such a tight game. We will see. And as all Barcelona fans, I know that in recent years, if it was in recent years, FC Barcelona, when Bayern equalizes that game, what will happen? They will sit back. It is normal. We saw that in Xavi. We saw that in the Ronald Koeman did the same. Like the guys who feel like not very okay, they will be right down there because the goals have been equalized. But this is the difference. In Hansi Flick FC Barcelona, they are always going in for more. They are not down. They don't feel defeated. Even when the game was 1-1, they keep pushing. Hansi Flick did not change the system that no, oh, let's switch from this high line to this other way. No, they maintained the pressure. They maintained the high line there. They got a mastery of what they had to do, and they managed it very, very well. Yes, they managed it very, very well. That was why we were able to see the second goal again from who? Lewandowski. Yes, we saw Lewandowski scoring with an assist from Fermin Lopez. That goal has caused a lot of tension in the media because Bayern fans are saying that it's an offside. But I'm not saying this as a Barcelona fan, but it was not an offside because I have watched the replay constantly, and I can tell you that it was not an offside. Not because I'm a Barcelona fan, but because it is the reality on ground. It wasn't an offside. So going into the halftime, FC Barcelona was already leading with 3 goals. 2 goals from Rafinha and 1 goal from Lewandowski. So it was 3-1. Yes, it was 3-1 going into the halftime. When they came back during the second half, we saw that superiority I'm talking about in FC Barcelona. We saw that switch in everything. We knew that Hansi Flick have told them something, which I will say it before the end of this video. After the match, there was a post-match conference and some FC Barcelona players were being interviewed. Then I was able to get a sense in what Hansi Flick have been trying to instill into these players. So coming back to the second half, it was no other person but the person at the moment, that one man that has been very, very instrumental in Hansi Flick's system, Rafinha, equally scored a goal. It was a similar goal from the second goal that he scored. It was a very similar goal, giving the long pass to him, and he managed to find his way out. Yes, who was the person that gave that pass? It was not just about the goal. If you didn't watch the match or you watch the match, you have to go back and watch the replay. Look at the vision, what I've been talking about. Yes, and I don't want to compare him to Messi because Messi is the greatest of all time, but I think that he has some similarities with Messi. Yes, Lamine Yamal, I couldn't believe the vision, how he has to manage that ball to pass from midfield through all the defenders and getting straight away to Rafinha. I can't even imagine. Like, I was screaming, not because of the goal, but because of the pass. It is the pass that I saw, that I was here shouting, that This is what the world need in football. This is what we all need when it comes to football. This special talent. He's just a special talent, guys. He is just a special talent. We cannot argue that. Yes, there is no matter how you want to twist things around because you are not an FC Barcelona fan, it's okay. But truth be told, Lamine Yamal is just a special talent. To see a young talent at that age, let's not forget, he is still very young, 17 years old. So he is still very young. He's just playing, but he plays with such level of maturity. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. He plays with such level of maturity. He is not scared to take down players. Yes, he is not scared to take down players. He enjoyed most of the game during the second half because the few first half, about 10 to 15 minutes, Yamal was not really into the game. I will tell you sincerely. He was not very, very into the game. But after that, he regained himself. Then we saw what he was able to do. He was facing. Who was Yamal facing? It was Alaba. Alphonso Davies, sorry. It was Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies, we all know he is a very strong and talented player with very high speed. But that didn't disturb Yamal for a second. Yamal was just enjoying himself. In front, backward, he was everywhere in the pitch. He was just doing what he knows to do best. It is that pass I'm talking about. Yeah, that long-range pass that Yamal gave, that sealed Rafinha's hat-trick today in the Champions League against Bayern. It was that pass that Rafinha was so composed. He was very, very composed, and he scored the fourth goal, which gave him a hat-trick. Yeah, so I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. I don't want to start calling this player did well more than this one. No, I mentioned Yamal because of the pass that he gave. That pass was so magnificent. Rafinha did so well. He has been very, very instrumental in the Hansi Flick system. Let's not forget Pedri, Marc Casado, that were doing all the jobs in the midfield. Yes, they were doing all the jobs in the midfield. The defenders too in FC Barcelona, I give them a big shout out because they managed to keep the high line. It wasn't easy, but they managed to keep it because playing against Bayern, guys, as a Barcelona fan and as football lovers, we all know that it's not easy to play against Bayern. So coming to this game, it was like, will I get through this again? Will I just get through this? Then these guys just did what they know to do best in this Hansi Flick system. They managed to win this game. Now the game is over. Pedri said during the post-match conference, he said that when the journalist said, what is the difference between Hansi Flick and Xavi and some other coaches that he has played under, he said, Hansi Flick just tell them that you can do it. That's just it. It is very simple, very simple. You can do it. Just go there and do what you know to do best. He gives them the confidence. That's what I'm talking about. He gives them the confidence that go and you can do it. And the goal, we see it. We see it in every game because it is always one game at a time. That is the message from Hansi Flick. He doesn't talk about what games he has ahead. No, he focuses on what game he has at hand. Now, the Champions League game is over. He is focused now in El Clasico, but that will be in a different whole video. Not this one, because we have El Clasico this weekend, which we know the whole world is waiting. So that will be in a very, very separate video. So that is what happened. FC Barcelona was able to break that spell against Bayern Munich. Yes, FC Barcelona was able to break the spell. We were able to break that spell. I'm just so very much happy. That's why you can see me today. I'm not wearing on my Barcelona jersey, but I decided to put it here like one big chief because I have accomplished a mission of defeating Bayern Munich. It is but normal that they will say we are hyping our players. No, we are not hyping our players. Guys, we are not hyping our players. FC Barcelona fans, go out there, make some noise. You are supposed to be happy. It's a very, very important moment in FC Barcelona. And you have to be happy. Let no one tell you that, oh, this Barcelona team, they're going to break down in the process. No, we are not going to break down. Let me tell you, for your information, we won't break down. Do you know why? Do you want to know why? If you don't know, let me tell you. Because our injured players are gradually coming back. Yes, they are gradually coming back. And with that, we won't break down. We know there are so many games. There are so many games, but we won't break down. Yes, we won't break down because our injured players have coming back. Gradually, they are coming back. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate. I will see you in my next video. Peace out, guys.